Okay, we might be live. Okay, I wanted to explain my idea of how the universe was made. I'm going to read it off first, and then I'm going to try to explain what it means, if it's not self-explanatory already. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and read it, like I said, and then I'll see if it makes sense enough, like it is. And I'm just trying to see my microphone. Here's my microphone. Okay, my mic. Okay. Okay, this is my idea of the origin of the universe, and I'm going to print it after I'm finished with the live stream. I'm going to print it in the description so that people can follow along or look at it. Okay, my idea of the origin of the universe is that matter was formed from energy from an infinite potential by way of infinite regress, and the matter that was forced to exist coalesced into black holes around the universe along with the surrounding matter, which resulted in gravity, which slowed down the rate of time and shortened the measure of distance while stretching time and space, dragging it into black holes, causing the red shift and the apparent expansion more so in the past, and causing the vacuum of space along with the fabric. I can tell people are laughing already. I'm trying to be serious. Okay, the vacuum of space. Okay, back up. Causing the vacuum of space along with the fabric of limited time and distance where we are, where physical things can take place, such as the concatenation of living organisms by whatever was able to make and order living organisms, obviously not by matter itself, which cannot ever make or order itself in any sense. Okay, so what this means is that it takes energy to make matter, and you need an infinite potential of energy to make the matter, all the matter in the universe. And there's also this thing of matter and antimatter that cancel each other out, and no one knows where the antimatter is or what happened to it or if there is antimatter. Just like, we're made of left-handed amino acids, nobody knows why it has to be left-handed amino acids. Anyways, we consist of matter, and apparently there is no antimatter unless it's in a black hole, but or something. I don't know. Anyway, it wouldn't make sense to be in a black hole because that's anyway. Never mind. Um, but anyways, it takes energy to make matter. Then when you make matter, a lot of matter, it will coalesce together, or especially if it's ordered to coalesce together, made to coalesce together by the infinite potential that made the matter. And that is what causes gravity. It's the mass of the matter, the coalescing of matter, which causes a great deal of mass, which causes gravity. And of course, we know what gravity does. Gravity shortens the rate of time. Gravity shortens the measure of distance. So as the gravity in the universe from the matter that has coalesced into black holes and around into galaxies and stars and such, that has caused the fabric of time and distance, time and space. So that this time and space is also being dragged into black holes as we speak. And if that is the case, then that could explain the vacuum of space, which could also explain the red shift, especially if it happened more in the past. And of course, time is relative. Time is made to be what it is. It's a fabrication. And it's the coalescing of matter that has caused, and the amount of matter that has caused time, the rate of time to slow down. In other words, what used to be instantly or instantaneously with matter has slowed down to seconds and hours that we know and understand, where things can take place. Solar systems can do what they do, and galaxies do what they do, and the matter or the gravity is what causes the rate of time and the measure of distance, which is limited time and limited distance, as opposed to infinite time and infinite distance. And it's all by way of the energy that makes matter. So that is what makes possible the limited time and distance, like I said, which allows for physical things to occur. And at the rate of the way time and space is where we are, it's possible for the ordering of living organisms or the programming of living organisms by whatever is able to make and order living organisms, which is not by matter itself. So it can't be physical, it can't be natural, it has to be supernatural. So let me read it again just as a way of refreshing, see if it'll make more sense. My idea of the origin of the universe is that matter was formed from energy, from an infinite potential by way of infinite regress, and the matter that was forced to exist coalesced into black holes around the universe, along with the surrounding matter, which resulted in gravity, which slowed down the rate of time and shortened the measure of distance while stretching time and space, dragging it into black holes, causing the redshift and the apparent expansion, more so in the past, and causing the vacuum of space, along with the fabric of limited time and distance where we are, where physical things can take place, such as the concatenation of living organisms by whatever was able to make and order living organisms, obviously not by matter itself, which cannot ever make or order itself by any sense. Okay, just go ahead and X that. I see I have Raw Matt here, and I'm glad you can be here. I think I recognize you. Yeah, you gotta love what they present as fact and still up for debate like dark matter. Agreed. They won't look at anything supernatural, excluded 100% of all science, only naturalistic basic theories allowed. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, see, my idea of the origin of the universe does away with the bang, the bang and the coalescing of. I mean, the cooling. I mean, it had to cool. They had to have a big bang, and then you had to cool the uh, the particles, and then the particles somehow coalesced, in which it was only hydrogen. How can hydrogen coalesce? You know, without there being an attraction to coalesce hydrogen. It's just a gas. It's going to spread out. If it cools down, it's going to spread out even more. And well, it's still a big question mark either way, because I'm guessing it would be a lot of hydrogen for the amount of matter that there is in the universe, especially when they haven't accounted for all the matter. They're using dark matter to fill in the blanks, and of course dark energy to explain expansion. But where does all this energy come from? It's got to come from somewhere. It can't come from less and less energy. It has to come from greater and greater energy, infinite potential, infinite source of energy. Anyway, trying to get. Oh, there it is. All right, I got my editor thing here. I don't even know what was on the screen. I guess that was on the screen. Anyway, okay. The universe had to have a start, no way around it, or else you get inanimate. Infinite regress. Yet they know that matter has to come from somewhere, yet they cannot account for any of it. Right, where did the energy come from? You know, energy can't make itself, energy can't order itself. In other words, technically, stars can't form themselves because energy can't bunch itself up, by itself anyway. It has to be bunched up, and once it's bunched up, then it'll attract more and more matter to it. But until hydrogen is compressed into a liquid metallic state, it's not going to attract anything. It's just going to spread out. But like I said, I don't know how much hydrogen that would be for all the matter in the universe. I didn't even know you made videos. Man, I have seen you watching my videos on Standing for Truth channel and decided to check out your channel. Glad I did. Oh, that's nice. That's good because well, I just started making more videos recently, but I'm just getting my platform together, the OBS thing, and hopefully I'll be making more videos. And of course, it's for the purpose of discussion, so I can, have interaction with atheists, which doesn't make sense at all, of course. But yeah, and even if I can't reach the atheist, I'm sure somebody can, be reached or learn something. We can all learn together, of course, and that's good. Yeah, so I don't know how long this stream should be or going to be, but I just wanted to just throw out the my idea of how the universe was formed and see how it goes, because I just thought of it. I mean, I haven't thought about it too much. I mean, I haven't put a lot of thought into it yet because of the fact that I just recently, thought about it. and I've been working on it a little bit, and I just want to get some feedback maybe from somebody, anybody, could be atheist, and see if it stands, see how well it stands or whatever. But this is the way I formulated this idea of the origin of the universe is by way of what we observe, not by way of what we think had to happen or would have happened. It's what by way of what we see happening. Because the Big Bang has to expand and then it has to like shrink again, which is kind of strange. But anyway, evolutionists do not like the topic of stellar evolution, but it's a great topic. Yeah, and I'm not really sure about all the math or the geometry of it. I don't know how much hydrogen would be in the universe, and how how that would coalesce. But of course, with infinite potential and infinite energy potential, of course we can see how that would happen by a creator. But naturally speaking, it's kind of hard to explain. You can't even explain the formation of planets, much less the formation of stars. And they're still trying to say that stars are formed from clouds and stuff like that. Except that if they ever did see a star form, I'm sure we would hear about it. And I haven't heard about it, so probably they haven't observed a star forming. And they're always looking for aliens. They have to find aliens. So they're NASA spending our money looking for aliens. All the missions that they have is to look for aliens and try to find aliens to try to prove naturalism, like you say. There has to be naturalistic. They can't believe there is a infinite potential. They can't believe in infinite, even though that's what all the evidence shows. All of the mathematical equations lead to infinity. Every way you look, every which way you look, there's infinite potential. There's infinite regress of energy of what made, because you can't get anything from less and less energy. It has to be a greater and greater energy potential until you get to infinite potential, which is the definition of God. The 3,000-year-old definition of God, or 4,000 years old, or whatever it is. And you know, the Bible is the only thing that got it right. Let's see. The Fermi paradox has thrown a wrench in that theory. Zero evidence for any so far. Yeah, for the life existing in the universe, it's not very possible. But of course, they're having to appeal to infinite possibilities in limited time and space, which is an absurdity. That's what the problem of evolution is. It's appealing to infinite possibilities in limited time and distance, and we just don't have enough time and distance for a single protein to form itself by chance, much less every living organism, every different living organism. Yep, aliens. Reminds me of that guy. What's his name? Uh, somebody, somebody somebody. It's aliens. Anyway, the guy with the messed up hair. Well, yeah, I'll just go ahead and put something interesting on here for the time being. A little bit interesting. Totally, in evolution, anything can happen, even nothing at all. Yeah. Well, yeah, Georgia. That's it. Yeah. So that's the thing. They're appealing to nothing. I mean, they're trying to say nothing made everything, which is even more absurd than anything they ever said before. But anyways, they don't see a problem with it somehow. Sorry, my friend, gotta go. We'll finish watching later. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much more longer I'll keep this going. I just wanted to present my idea of how the universe was made. So I thank your participation. That's good. Maybe if nobody shows up, I'll just go ahead and end it. But maybe I'll just go ahead and read it one more time. See if it see if it makes sense, or see if somebody else can critique it before I close. Okay. So my idea of the origin of the universe is that matter was formed from energy, from an infinite potential, by way of infinite regress, and the matter that was forced to exist coalesced into black holes around the universe, along with the surrounding matter, which resulted in gravity, which slowed down the rate of time and shortened the measure of distance while stretching time and space and dragging it into black holes, causing the red shift and the apparent expansion more so in the past, and causing the vacuum of space along with the fabric of limited time and distance where we are, where physical things can take place, such as the concatenation of living organisms by whatever was able to make and order living organisms. Obviously not by matter itself, which cannot ever make or order itself in any sense. So it's not, any way you look at it, it can't be a natural cause, because natural things, physical things, can't even cause themselves to exist, which is evidence of God staring you in the face. So I've already explained it once. I'll just go ahead and put it in the description when I get finished here, and see how it goes. Okay. and and so if there's no more discussion on aliens or Giorgio or Giorgio, whatever, I'll just go ahead and finish right now. But I hope the best for everyone, and pray for the people in China, pray for the people in Hong Kong, pray that God will work things out, and that it won't be the spark that set everything off, which potentially could be. So we can pray for that, pray for them, and everyone's well-being, everyone's safekeeping, protection, because bad things could really happen. A lot of real bad things could happen. So God bless everyone. Learn the truth, know the truth, walk in the truth, in the light of God's word, and be free from your own self, basically, so you can live forever without guilt or shame. for eternity. God bless everyone.